Well, it sort of looks like I comb my hair with an egg beater. Doesn't it? Thank you so much. I love your people who will pay. Oh, Patricia, thank you so much. You love your people who pay you. Thanks. Oh, thank you, Patricia. I hope you're asking questions. On Let's Go Help. I need money. I'm not going to be able to enjoy it. I have cancer. I need it for my fiance. Rob, yes, in Let's Go Help, that's what I do. I take individual, questions like that, and it may take me a day or two to get an answer together for you, but I do, and I want to, and if you don't get it in a day or two, start yelling at me, uh, because I feel I have nothing more important to do. If you think I know something that could help you, um, it may or may not work. I've been studying this stuff for 40 years, and it's like anything. But if it's a chance to help you, that is, I feel, the most important why I'm still alive. Is to be able to do that for us. Oh, Nikki, I haven't seen you in a while, have I? Uh, this is the most important reason why I'm alive now. I think. I mean, gosh, what? I just feel so um, amazingly blessed, if that's the name, lucky, if that's the word, whatever the word is, uh, to be able to do something every day that it is some can possibly be important to somebody else. We all travel around in this shitty world, so trying to do something and be someone important or contribute or whatever the hell it is. Nobody has an answer. Any grants for 23-year-old bartender looking for a potentially move to a new field? Yes, James. You contact your career one stop. Now we've developed reports for every state for the career one stop, but you don't need that. You just have to go Google this, careeronestop.org, and you will find the local career one stop and say find local career one stop. You will find that in Google, and you put in your zip code and they'll hook you up to the local career one stop. When you contact them, the most important thing about all of this is you getting contact. I mean, I got a letter today. Well, I emailed these people or whatever. That ain't gonna take it. That ain't going to work. That ain't going to be enough. You can't just email and hope to get people back that will say, "Oh, so happy you emailed us. We've been waiting for your email, and here's what you do." I mean, it may be lucky as hell, and it'll work that way, but don't count on that. You have to call every one of these offices and be a pain. You don't have to be a pain. You could be a nice nudge, and they are there. You realize that they get paid to help you succeed. They're getting paid by government tax dollars to help you uh, solve your financial problems, to help you start a business, to help you start a new career. They're getting paid to do that. Why are you searching? We search Google to find people to help us for these questions. And all the people we're going to find are people that want to get paid by us to do that. Well, here are people that get paid by the government or by nonprofit organizations. Hi, Luca. Nice to see you, Earl. I think I just sent you something, or about to, or whatever. I have about 20 more things I see in my questions to answer on Let's Go Help. So I will try to get to everyone before I go to sleep tonight. And if not, and I'll get up first thing in the morning and try to answer those questions for you. To me, that's important, because if you're sitting there and if there's even a potential that something I know and could show you can possibly help you, improve what you're doing in life. I mean, God, I am so lucky to have that opportunity. And I thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to do that. Boy, I just feel like the luckiest person in the world. I see people going to work every day. They hate what they're doing, man. Okay, now I found you, my group. Yes, Luca, you did find me. Where have you been? Man, I've been waiting for you. And don't forget, uh, just start a new discussion, in the group and ask me what you want, what you need help with, or whatever. I'll collect information like the best sources for you to start with. That's what it is. Then you have to go to work, and it's not going to be easy. You're not going to just press a button and somebody's going to send you a check. Any grant for a 62-year-old weight loss and fitness business? Yes. I'm 77 and I can find it for me. Uh, um, if it's improve your business, yes. And I have a report of your member. I'll send you the best sources in your state. If you're not in YouTube, what I've done, excuse me, I set up a series of training videos to train you how to find these sources, And so it's a step-by-step training video to how to find that. So you don't have to send me money if you don't want to. You can find it yourself. And it's important that you learn. And even the members, I try to, do a lot of individual research to find exactly where, but then still it's that process, because even though I send them that, what I'm trying to teach overall is how you could live without me and learn this stuff. Because I think this is how we have to live in our society now. We can't rely on people. We have to know how to use a subject. We can't rely on, what people are saying, and particularly people that want your money. I mean that to me, there's a free world, and I would love that for Florida. Yes, Earl. Okay, just tell me what you need help with, Earl, and start a discussion, and I'll send it to you, because it may, in the live feed here tonight, I may or may not catch it in the discussions. In the discussion, there's so many in there, but in the question, the Q&A, or whatever you call it, underneath the video, I may lose that. So if you start a new discussion, I see every new discussion started, and I answer them all. Now, sometimes I screw up, and Facebook is a little temperamental sometimes too, and the robots get wacky sometimes, and so all kind of things may happen. I may get lost, and that's when you start bitching. You yell at me, man. Nothing better than be yelled at from someone who needs help. I think that's what we all have to do in this world now, is help others who need help. Because, tell you the truth, what happens when you helping other people who need help is you're able to take your own pain away by helping others. That's why, to me, the secret, there's a secret about giving, is that it feels so good. Yeah. I haven't already to tell you my needs quite yet, other than seniors, disabled, and out vets include. Oh, that's enough. Okay, Luca, that's enough. Start with that. Let me start with that. I'll show you the places to start. That's enough. You don't have to say, well, I want to start on this. A lot of us don't know what to do. But at least you give me a little background, what you're after. You need extra income, whatever. That's enough for me to start. Or you want to start a business, that's enough for me to start. You want to get a new job, that's enough for me to start. You want to get training, that's enough for me to start. How am I going to pay my medical bills? That's enough for me to start. I have a legal problem. What am I going to do? Well, tell me a little more about that legal problem. Because if I don't, see, there's a lot of free help for legal, but it's on specific things. Somebody pisses you off or whatever. It's an organization, it's a school, it's a business or whatever, that you're screwed, your doctor messes you over. Yeah, see, there's a lot of free legal help like that. I think, I hate doctors. I think, well, some are, I'm sure. There's bad in all of us. We all have bad parts. Um, the problem is that when you run into people and their bad parts, then it takes your energy, and it's so hard not to get sucked in and want to fight back. And really, uh, it's a waste of time. But sometimes you just got to get it out. You yell at the son of a bitch and go on. They're grown-ups. They know they have to take it. They usually know they're assholes or whatever. Thank you, love your spirit. Sometimes I just block out everything and just take time to see what info you have for us. It takes effort. Yes, Carmen, it does. And that's why I think that if you could think through about like the things that are important to you in life, um, uh, and then just start taking a little step forward to that. You don't have to, oh, I want to play professional football or whatever. No, I'm interested in something and I would like to learn more how to do it. And I think there's small ways to get somewhere. And that's why, to me, it becomes overwhelming because you say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. I think that's a fucking stupid question. I mean, if you want, that's fine. There's a lot of people that will help you do that. Or actually, a lot of people will take your money to pretend they help you do that or whatever. And I can't say whether that's good or bad or what the hell they're doing. If it's real, I know just most of it does not work. And also, it is, I think, the wrong kind of goal to work for. But fine, we have to feed ourselves and we have to take care of our financial responsibilities. That's an important goal. Becoming a millionaire, what are you going to do after you pay rent and mortgage and you don't have any bills? And if you have to have $1 million just to pay your bills, what do you need all that shit for? What you should be doing first is figuring out why it costs me so much to live. That's the first thing you should be doing. Half the reason I joined is for the laughter. Oh, thanks. Well, I more or less entertain myself with the laughter. And what's nice is after I failed so many times, I mean, I wanted to be a millionaire too. Sure, you live in America, everybody does, especially my generation. I mean, Donald Trump was a hero, that kind of thing. And still, you got behind the curtain a little, and it is. But everything failed. I was doing like everybody else said, and I failed. And then I said, boy, that hurts. It keeps hurts when you keep failing. So I said, how can I keep doing this? This is crazy, and so I said, well, what I want to do is probably do something that I like doing. Whether I'm a millionaire now, that's not as important. Is that, to me, what's more important is that you're getting up every day doing something you like doing. The problem with being a millionaire, you're doing something you don't like for 5-10 years, as long as it takes you to become a millionaire. You just, to me, wasted 5-10 years. And then you're going to do something you like. I don't think that's right, but I'm old and I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't worry about that. I am so fed up with trying to get help that's actually legit. Run into all the ones that cost or go by income. Are you talking about Kelly? You said I'm so fed up trying to get help that's actually legit. Well, every source I give you be legitimate, whether you are eligible or not. Yeah, that's the key. You got to find the stuff you're eligible for, but you have to go through that process of seeing what's there, so you learn. Even if you're not eligible for it, you learn, because that will stretch your imagination about what other things, how to do it maybe without money instead of looking for a grant. Well, maybe then how do you try crowdfunding? There's ways to try crowdfunding. You try it, you don't get anything. Okay, so then you did something wrong there. What did you do wrong? You didn't have maybe enough people in your social media to attract people. Maybe you had a shitty idea. Okay, how do you find people? Well, maybe you work with a nonprofit or something that has a large list of followers and people on their, you know, email list or whatever that could start, and you do partnerships with people like that. Yeah, I worried about you walking around DC with all the people lately. No, I don't worry. But yeah, I mean, oh, I don't know if you heard me today. I'm doing like 8 miles a day now. It's great. I was doing like, when I stopped running 6 miles, then I said, okay, I'll walk 6 miles. Then I got the knee thing, and that put me up for 4 to 6 weeks. Now I'm going back, and it's almost 100. But boy, the other day by accident I did 8 miles instead of 6. I said, ooh, that felt better, and I just felt stronger the more I did. So the last 3 or 4 days I've been doing 8 miles, and yeah, there were some protests and stuff like that, but. Somehow, the crazy outfits I wear and the suits and everything, they're almost like Superman suits for me. People, no matter what their politics are or whatever, just seem to like. I mean, I always felt like I could go into a biker bar at 2 o'clock in the morning, and people would just treat me so nice. It seems to disarm people, and so even the tough monsters, sort of, it makes people smile, and that's just one of the greatest benefits of me walking around like this, or traveling. I travel all over the world dressed in question mark suits, or wherever the hell now it's question marks and what do you call it? Hearts. And I've been all over the world. And a lot of people, they're a little more conservative and they pretend they don't see me. Grant, I'm Nancy Mary. I went to the 7 p.m. meeting, but you were not there. What are you doing here? It's 7 p.m. and I'm here. I am Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know why I don't not see you. You don't see me now? People on Facebook, you guys see me, don't you? I don't understand, Gavin. Maybe something's wrong with your, let's see, I got a tablet here. Maybe I get on Facebook to see me. Oh, come on. Maybe. That's weird. Yeah, it is. Let's see, where is my, I'm not sure how to find it. So, I mean, some of you guys see me on Facebook, right? I guess, because I've been on for a number of minutes now, and there's a bunch of people on there, and they haven't said it. I saw you first on Facebook, but it wasn't in the group here. I had to come to the group to find you here too, Luca. Yeah, Facebook. I go on, in the group, and then sometimes it's not showing in the group. Is that what's really happening? And it's sort of like all of Facebook, the normal Facebook, maybe facebook.com/Matthew Lesko, and you see it. Yeah, that's why I would figure out. That's why I'm also on YouTube, because I get screwed up on this thing. Now on the tablet, I'm trying to find out where the hell. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Why don't you work? Why don't you work? Why don't you work? That's Messenger. Okay, I gotta figure that out afterwards. Well, YouTube is better. My Facebook is being hacked as well, and couldn't really work with the social media. Maybe it's the environmental, because I'm in a political elections and things like that. Who the heck knows, man? It's just that's why I just have backup and backup and backup. Andrea, how are you? I can't see me on Facebook. Why can't people see me on Facebook? I have people on Facebook that are seeing me. I started it on on the Lesko Help, But maybe it goes over to just try Facebook.com/Matthew Lesko. Maybe you see it there. You always talk about all those thousands of dollars in grants and everything else, but there's nothing in Oak County, Michigan, just 500 micro grants if you're behind in your rent. Well, there's more than that. They're not, maybe not be there in Oakland County. You have to also see the state and the federal and nonprofits. And yes, and there may not be something there. And then you have to go further somehow. And that depends on what you need to do. And then if it's maybe your rent and things like that, or you can't make those payments, then you have to start getting legal advice to see more about your options, because that's what's really it's all about, is understanding your options. And I've been talking a lot about it. There's a website called Just Shelter. I need help a lot. Any places donating cars? Yes. If you remember, I have a listing of the places with free cars and things like that. And a lot of them are national organizations. Some are local. So yeah, they're hit and miss. They're nonprofit organizations. Something came out. Groups. Okay, let me see the groups. I see it on my groups. Because Carlos, no, I don't actually. I put groups and I see me, but I see some other things that are not me. So I have no idea. Boy, it's a strange world after all, isn't it? Let's Go Help is live now. The secret of getting a business. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to get a grant to get our supplies to help people who are deaf to do art. Cool. Well, if you're a member, I'll give you a whole bunch of stuff to start at. If you're not a member, what to do is contact your elected official, and ask them for some starting places. The other thing is your county office of community development. You want to start there. That's what they do, is help people, and they have grant money to give to other nonprofits or even for-profits to help people in the community. No matter. Maybe we should go through them all as we can call them. As any someone on YouTube is attempting to scam people. He said that he had your text number to something that gave him 50. Boy, there are a lot of people on YouTube that say, oh boy, I was so surprised until I really got my money or something, and call this guy or whatever. There's nothing, particularly on these people who comment on my YouTube thing. I mean, are asking you for something that they're not. They're not me. They're nothing I endorse. If anybody's selling or asking you to call them on that is not me. And I try to take them off, but I don't have a lot of staff kind of thing. So I don't know on the scammer. Oh, here's something I want you to know about. It is about what's happening on things like unemployment. Nikki, yes, you have to do research, and they're out there. I'm not going to tell you. I found plenty. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, it is all. And then where you live maybe depend on something, and the most important point maybe to see you. 5 o'clock doesn't work for me. 5 o'clock. Oh, I see. We're 7 o'clock now. Yeah. I don't know. It's sort of my days. I get up. I mean, I'm very selfish. I'm seeing this. Amazon plans donations to community groups. Amazon plans to donate $9 million to community organizations in Washington, D.C. region to help residents avoid eviction after losing their jobs during the. This is Amazon is giving money to help pay rent. The Seattle-based retail giant has worked to create deeper ties to the region after early criticism that it plans for a second headquarters in Arlington County. Okay, wow, see, how would you know that? after local labor unions unsuccessfully fought the county approval of the company's Twin Towers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they're giving $9 million to help people pay the rent. Cool, yeah. I'm sure they have another motive in mind, but what the hell. But here, the other thing that's important about this article there in the Post about unemployment and how these unemployment offices are overworked, screwed up. They're not telling you what they really have. That's how. So you have to beat on them hardly. So there's a lot of extensions to unemployment. Okay. Here's 8 months into the pandemic, residents across the region whose claims are delayed or denied have often have no way of finding out what information they need to supply, advocates say. Instead, they wait for checks or electronic deposits that never come. I know people that has happened to, and this is happening all over the country. Okay, claimants in DC who use up their initial 26 weeks of unemployment checks are eligible for extensions under the pandemic rules. Okay, so that's why when you stop getting unemployment somewhere, you have to find out if you can get extensions, and don't believe just one person, okay? But the city doesn't inform them that they need to apply for that benefit to keep getting the checks. So you don't even know. They don't tell you. You think they were getting employment. No. So if something stops, you got to really shake those bushes hard. Shake, 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 shake those bushes hard. I'm a retired cop. I got your back for now. Good. Thank you, Luca. Okay, but the city doesn't inform you that they need to apply for the extra benefits, although the department spokeswoman said claimants can learn that information from newsletters and social media. Holy shit. Now they're busy as hell. So, God bless them. Who knows? Some people's benefits have been abruptly cut off because of the system malfunction. Contends erroneously that they are earning income in another state, said DC Council member Elisa Silverman, chair of the council's labor committee. Okay, so they're cutting you off, thinking you're making money in another state. See, they exchange all this information with other states. See, so so if you stop getting unemployment checks, this is a clue. You got to go beat on these people, beat on your elected official. Okay, let me continue. Silverman said that many independent contractors and gig workers newly eligible for unemployment during the pandemic are getting $179 per week because the city has not processed their proof that they are entitled to much more. They're getting something and they're entitled to much more. Really? You hear that? You're getting something, you're entitled to much more. Okay, right now it's a big black hole to a lot of people, said Silverman, who has pushed the Department of Employment Services to improve the system. They have no idea why they're not processing their claim and why their payments have stopped, and they're on hold for hours. Right. With similar complaints continuing in Maryland, see the same, because we have 3 states right here. On Thursday, the governor announced $15 million in federal aid to increase the support staff of the Maryland Division of Unemployment Insurance, adding additional employees to answer calls and adjudicate claims. Bitch, moan, and complain, and don't take someone's answer, then go higher. You can't appeal anything. Make sure you appeal. Money will also pay to improve the agency's customer service management software. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Okay. If you are in the process that requires adjudication, you have no idea if it will take 2 weeks or 2 months. At this point, there is no way to even find out. Isn't that amazing? Okay. The senator, this is in Maryland now, said her office is receiving 25 calls a week. Was receiving 25 calls a week earlier this year from jobless residents waiting for their benefits. Recently, the calls have slowed slightly to about 20 a week. See, call your elected official. Running late, Mountain Time Zone. Yeah, I see. Thank you, Christopher. Uh, who else? Should I try a regular SBA go? Well, try anything, but ask me first. The EDIL one didn't work and they were out of grant money. Yes, EDIL is off. So you have to go. Lanicia, Kearney, yes, start a discussion. Tell me what state you're in and you want to start a business, and I will get you going. Where to count? Because there's people in your state, there's 5 or 6 of them that all they do, they're separate offices, that are there. They get paid grant money to help you start a business in that state. Okay. So they're getting money to help you start a business. Now, the thing is, when you call and you want money or help to start your business and you want a grant, don't say that. Please don't call up and say you want a grant. You do. I understand you do. The problem is there's 2 things. A lot of the money they have is not called grants, but you don't have to pay it back anyway. I've been talking to SBDC over the past year. Oh, nice, Christopher. And not only that, there are other ways to start a business. If you don't have a grant, the important thing is that you want to start a business. So you have to go out now and find out the options. It's sort of like if you say, well, I want to start dating. Okay. I want to date a woman who's 5'4", weighs 124 pounds, is beautiful, and has been a movie star. Okay. Well, go look. What are you going to do? Yeah. And that's not it. You have to go out there and see what is available and how you can make that stuff available for what you want to do. And the problem is we all sitting there and we think of a way to do this business, and we have this way of doing the business, and that means spending money because that's all we know how to do it. But there's other ways to do that. And they have review my business by, oh, cool. And it's, you lock yourself in, you're cutting yourself out. It's like going out and only look for blonde women, or 5'2", or whatever it is. You're just cutting yourself out of the ball game, And because, there are none here tonight, bye. None here tonight, bye. None here tonight, bye. And so you don't. Your object is that you need help starting a business. That's all you have to know. Don't say you need money. Don't say you want a grant. Don't say all that stuff, because then you'll be out of the game fast. And the important thing to do is to stay in the game till you figure out what is available maybe and how you make that work for you. Sure, everybody thinks you go to these seminars and all you need is $1 million and you can start this business. Who cares? You got to figure out how to do it, maybe with a little bit, or with a partner, or with another way of doing. Every business I started was with no money. That's what's cool about nowadays. There are some businesses that really have to, but you have to take the idea and do it differently. So maybe you're going to do a product. I want to start a sweater business or whatever. Well, maybe instead of open up a sweater factory, you find somebody who's already making sweaters that you like. Say, let's see if I could sell them. Because if you could sell them, then you don't need money because they already made them. But selling them, if you could figure that out, then now you have the hard part. See, the only important thing about starting a business is getting a customer. All the rest to me is just bullshit. It doesn't matter. Because if somebody gives you $1 million to do all that and you still don't know how to get a customer, you're just guessing that somebody's going to, if you build a baseball field, everybody's going to come. And that's why, to me, you got to do it the other way around. What about Minnesota? Yes, every state, every county, every state. I started real estate, need money for that. Lots of money for real estate. There's probably 150 programs in every city, federal, state, and local government for real estate. And And the best way to start learning that is go to a real estate meetup. They're free, and you learn from people who are already in the business. Do not, pay somebody $5,000, $10,000, or $30,000 like Trump University to learn about real estate investing. No, you learn for free. New York City business I want to start is a bookkeeper. Oh, did I help you? I was helping a bookkeeper today. Well, yes, I mean, that's a nice service business. If you're already know how to do some bookkeeping, there's a couple of ways to do that. Maybe you could you could get training money, grant training money to take a course, or maybe at the community college or whatever that are cheap things to do something like that. Awesome. Oh, there she is again, Lanisa, to do that. Or you just go out and you go to the gig economy, find all these platforms, and just say, hey, I'm here to help people do with their bookkeeping. Tell me what you need done, and you go and you see the things that you can do and things you can't do, and you just try to do them. Say, okay, if I screw it up or it doesn't work, then just don't pay me. See, that's a way to do it, I think, but I'm biased, because if you're going to pay somebody $10,000 to figure out how to do a bookkeeping business, if you get somebody to pay you to do bookkeeping, you're in the bookkeeping business. So why do all this other stuff that people say you have to do? Who is telling you have to do that? The people selling the course. All the other people. I need your Vietnam suit making contacts. Oh, yes. Happy to send them to you. Send me an email, letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. And actually, I just had some suits come back. You want me to show you a new one? Hold on. These are two new ones I just got. See the match the shirt, t-shirt like that. See? And they took an extra week because of the flood. There was a big flood in Vietnam, lots of rain or something. But they're working it great. I get the fabric printed by something called Spoon Flower. You give them a copy of anything and they will make a yard or 10 yards or whatever. I mean, it's just 3D printing. It's like having t-shirts like this. This costs $40. I send them the picture and they make a t-shirt. So I go on Fiverr, get an artist to do something up and do it. That's why it's so neat to make your own stuff. What about small business startup in Pennsylvania? What about it? You want to do it? There's lots of help. See, there's 5 or 6 organizations in every state. This job is to do that. If your community, if your state, if your county does not help people start businesses, then they're not creating jobs. And if they don't create jobs, people don't have money. And then so if people don't have money, then they get pissed, right? What's the Vietnam guy? Yeah, Pamela, do it. I'll try to see this. Sometimes I get so many after a live video, I may lose this. So if I do lose this, start a new discussion. Tell me you want my Vietnam tailor. They're really nice people, actually. And, it's so funny because when I first got a suit made in Vietnam, I ordered it from a company in Sweden. And then the box came, like a couple of weeks later from Ho Chi Minh City. And I thought, oh my God, these people were trying to kill me 30, 40 years ago, back in the 70s. And now they're making my suits. Man, isn't the world great? Would you say that those 5 or 6 organizations in your state are referenced as, could you say, okay, they're economic development is what it's called. So if you want, you could go start with the SBDC, Small Business Development Center. So if you go to Americas, AMERICAS, and then another SBDC.org, find your local small business development center. So that's one. Two, you want to go, your county has something called either community development or economic development. They're at the county level, they want to help you. The same way at the city level, they want to help you. So that's two places you look for economic development or community development. Then you want to go to your state. The state has a bigger one, and they help you with all kinds of things. And it varies from every state or whatever. Every location, what they have, how good they are, and how much they could help varies from every state. Okay, so you never know. So you go. That's the what are we up to 4, 5? Something like that. Okay, now there's another thing called EDA, Economic Development Administration.gov. EDA.gov, Economic Development Administration.gov. Just put EDA.gov, and in there there's a map of all the economic development organizations within the state. Because what happens locally, people will start, like, there'll be a region, we'll say, well, let's grow Eastern Pennsylvania. So Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and all those get together, and they call themselves an Economic Development Association. And what they do is they start looking for money and give people money to start businesses, help people start businesses, all in the region. So it's not the county, it's not the city, it's not the state, it's that community. So that's why this EDA.gov has a listing of all those organizations in your state. Okay, they do that. Then the other thing is your elected official. They get this all the time. This is where they get in trouble sometimes, is they're helping local businessmen a little too much. Yeah, because the businessmen will take them on a golf trip and stuff like that. Play for free at the casino. All this kind of hanky-panky, that goes on. So that's why they get in trouble, or they're abusing it. That's why we have laws against that. Laws, schmas, who cares? There's ways around everything, isn't there? And that's it. I think when I was in the military, I got some stuff, including boots. From Vietnam. Yeah, they're good, and they're still in the world very good with clothing. What service were you in, Pamela? Yeah, I mean, I was trying to dodge the draft. So in Vietnam, I think, well, I'm not a camper. See, so if I was going to be drafted after college, because they had the draft then. Oh God, then I'd be out in the woods and stuff, camping. So I said, Navy, clean sheets every night. That sounded like it was for me. But to tell you the truth, in the Navy, I never had more responsibility again for the rest of my life. They sent me to OCS, Officer Candidate School, teach me how to drive ships. And so I got 3 months of learning how to drive a ship in it was sort of like a virtual ship in a black room or something like that. And then they fly out to Vietnam and get on a boat and you drive these ships around the South China Sea worth billions of dollars. I'm a kid, 22 years old. What the hell? Then my next assignment, I was a diplomatic courier. Things with the handcuffs and stuff like that, travel around the world with documents with a gun. So I'm like 23, 24 on commercial airlines with a gun with my stuff. Yeah. And this is back then. And then what happened back then was that as soon as, and I fly commercial airlines, and when I had big packages, I had to wait outside the plane until I had to see them lock the packages in the cargo. And then when everybody's on the plane, then I would get on and we'd take off and I'd go to my seat. And then once we get in the air, then the stewardess would come back down and take my gun because the captain wanted my gun once we're in the air. Yeah. This is before 9/11, right? This is back in the 70s. Right? And it was so funny because I'd see people, when she'd bring the gun back, she'd be carrying it like this and giving it to this kid. Back because I wore civilian clothes. I didn't even, we travel in civilian clothes, right? So that's why I got some good stories, 5 of them in 3 years, 2 months, 9 days. Miss Lady Parker, been searching relentlessly. Okay, don't search, call. Don't search, call. Call people, talk to people. I'm finishing a report now that shows you like 7 or 8 organizations that you could call in your state that will help you find money. That's it. These are free researchers. I charge $20 a month. I charge. I'm so happy I could do it for. I mean, everybody said I couldn't do it. I have to charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars and all that. Man, I'm just so feel so grateful that I was able to figure this out. And everybody was trying to get help marketing this new idea and whatever. And, oh, you can't do it. Let's go. You can't do it. Let's go. Volunteers can apply for PUA. Try it. I don't know. Nobody knows to ask. Don't ask me. I don't write the checks. You ask the people who write the checks. Don't believe other people. No. It just takes much as work to ask the people who write the checks as anybody else. Oh, I see you answered it earlier. Yeah. What is the best grants and loans to start an ATM business? What do you mean, an ATM machine? Well, you start with all the people. I don't know. It's different in every city. So that's why, what I do is I send you 5 places. You start talking to them, and don't say you want a grant. Okay. Don't say you just want help. You want to see what kind of help. Okay. And that's what you do. And then you collect all these places that help people, and you organize that information and decide what you can use, what you can't use. But you say, see, you're not really wanted by any of these people or any people that help if you come in and say, "Hey, I want a $20,000 loan for my business." You know what you're talking about yet, and it just sounds somebody who's very greedy and wants to take advantage of something else. You are. That's what we all are. It's just not fun, and you're just hard to help. Now, if you come in and say, "Hey, I got this idea I've been working on, and I just need help figuring out this idea, how to start this business. Do you guys do something like that help me?" And they're free. All these people are free. They get paid whether they help you or not. So if you sound nice, then they want to help you because you want to help nice people, right? You don't want to help greedy bastards. So you got to hide that part of you. Oh, dude, I just don't have good calling skills. That's okay. Don't have skills. Don't have skills. Be natural. If you're quiet, if you're nervous, act that way. Act that way. It's sort of like asking a girl from dance. Well, you want to be, I can't be the jock on campus and go up and get danced with. No, but you still have to ask them to dance. And if you ask them to dance in a way that's natural for you, it's going to be much more successful than you trying to be like that bully big man on campus or whatever, because you're not going to do it as well as they do. So you do what you do well. And if that's to be quiet and insecure, fine. We got a lot of people who do that. Yep. And you act that way. The important thing is you act what's natural, because natural shows. Natural is authentic. Trying to be, the smart ass guy who's good, and if you're not natural doing that, it's going to stink. Nobody wants to talk to you, no matter what, even if you act that way, because it's not natural. I shall be content. Free, though, the NBIENs are free. Yes, they are. Okay, guys, thank you so much. If you're wondering about Let's Go Help, it's www.letsgohelp.com. You could always email me if you're not a member at Let's Go Free Radio. I'll try to answer. If I don't, do it again in 2 more days if you don't hear from me. On Let's Go Help, remember, start a new discussion and tell me what city and state you're in, because I like getting it as local, and I may have research reports on the shelf, like for housing or starting a business or whatever. that I may have that's right near you that will be more than the general things that are available in your state that will help you. Any information, yes, all that is yes, yes, yes. Doesn't matter where you are in this country. They're just called something a little different depending on what state you're in. Okay, guys, I got to go because I got to answer questions from people in Let's Go Help. And I want to answer a whole bunch of that tonight. So I get up in the morning and finish them in the morning, okay? And get all those questions answered. And thank you so much for tuning in. And I don't know about, I'll have to figure out how do I get, see, I thought that was only on Facebook. I log in on Let's Go Help Facebook. So I assume the video's there, but my tablet, I can't log in on Facebook. So I got to do it another way and test it out. So you'll see me in the next couple of days testing all that out. Carmen, where have you been? Luca, go through Human Health Services Department Utility Company. They're linked, yes. Human Health Services, yes. Elected officials, 211. Call your local county library. As she says, the county Department of Health Services or Community Development is another term. Yes, that's very good. Thank you, Lily. Who is helping like that? Carmen. Thank you, Carmen. Great. Well, thank you. I appreciate every single one. And if I don't answer your question, please yell at me. Give me 48 hours to make sure, and I will. I want to help, and just yell because that's how I get so upset if I can't do that. And it's sometimes hard to do everything, and I try to do a lot in life, but I don't have much time left. I always figure, if I got 15 more years, I'm lucky. But I want to spend every second doing this, and if I know a phone number, a source that may help you, that is the best thing I could do for the rest of my life. So I appreciate you asking. Thank you very much. Now, how do you turn this thing off? End my live video. End stream. Oh, Dan, now I enjoy. This is throwing me in the briar